Hey there, fifth graders. So today we are going to start looking at fraction operations. So we're going to start with looking at fractions and how they relate to division. So first let's talk about what the different parts of a fraction are. So we have our numerator, or our top number. So our numerator we can think of as the part, and our denominator, or our bottom number, we can think of as the whole. And if we look at this in relation to our fraction, our numerator is our top number. Our denominator is our bottom number. And then if we relate this back to division, we can see that our numerator, our top number, would go here. Our denominator, or our bottom number, will go here. So 1/3, if we read that as a division problem, would be 1 divided by 3. So let's look at a couple of examples. Our first example says, Dylan, Drake, and Jade are sharing 2 small pizzas equally after their soccer game. How much does each person get? So if we break this down, we see that 2 pizzas are being divided among 3 people. So each part of this sentence tells us something different. So the 2 pizzas tells us our part, or our top number, our numerator. Divided among tells us that we're going to be dividing. And 3 people tells us our denominator. So if we set this up as a division problem, or as a fraction, we would get 2/3. So that tells us that 2 divided by 3 is the same as 2/3. So each person is going to get kind of 2/3 or different part of a pizza. So let's model this. So we know that there are 3 people, so we have to divide our pizzas into 3s. So Dylan is going to get 2 pieces. Drake will get 2 pieces. And Jade will get 2 pieces. So each person is getting 2/3 of those 2 pizzas. And we're not going to worry about this bottom part. So let's look at another example. Ray and Bailey are sharing 3 brownies equally. How much does each person get? So we have 3 brownies are divided between 2 people. So 3 divided by 2. If we set that up as a fraction, we get 3/2. So 3 divided by 2 gives us the improper fraction of 3/2. So if we have our 3 brownies, we divide each one in half, we can model this. So I'm going to shade them in different colors. So Ray, I'll shade in red, and Bailey, I'll shade in blue. So Ray will get 1/2, 1/2, and 1/2 of the brownies. And Bailey will get 1/2, 1/2, and 1/2. So the amount of brownies that each person is going to get is going to be between 1 and 2. So we know that each person will get 1.5 pieces of the brownie. So let's look at 2 more examples. So our next example says 6 bags of soil are used to fill 5 flower pots. How much soil does each flower pot use? So if we have 6 bags of soil divided into 5 flower pots, our fraction will be 6/5. Now 6/5 is what's called an improper fraction. It means that your number on the top, your numerator, is bigger than your number on the bottom, your denominator. So 6/5 we can also write as 1 and 1/5. So each flower pot will use 1 1/5 bag of soil. And another example, 40 yards of butcher paper are used to make 9 school banners. How many yards of butcher paper does each banner use? So we have 40 yards of butcher paper divided into 9 school banners. As a fraction, that would look like this, 40/9. Again, this is an improper fraction. So if we were to think of this as division, how many times could 9 go into 40? Well, 9 could go into 40 4 times. Remember, 9 times 4 is 36. And it's going to have 4/9 left over. So each banner will use 4 4/9 yards of butcher paper. So I want you to try to make sure that your fractions are in their lowest form or their least form, meaning they are reduced as far as they can be. But if you don't remember how to do that, that's totally fine. You can leave them as an improper fraction if you need to. I do want you to try to make them into a mixed number with the whole number and a fraction if you can. But make sure that you do have both if you try to do that. If you have any questions, please let me know, and have a fantastic rest of your day, 5th graders.